not going to be 100% replaced through AI, but it can replace the complexity of the task. There is so many use cases are there. If I ask so in a similar way, we can predict. It can predict the things, what the thing is happening in future. In the future. So this kind of things will help us to maintain our equipments in a well way and to run the complete manufacturing system in a proper way to make our productivity more better.
I'm ready to help. Please tell me the problem you're experiencing.
If I'm saying that motor M3 is not working, so it will just give you a guide as per the drawing which we attached. So this is the power of AI, and it is going to impact on each and every field. In a similar way, there is our normal dashboards.
Let's focus on motor F3. According to the schematic on sheet 5, F3 is controlled by the servo drive labeled SS3. Could you please look at the SS3 servo drive inside the panel? Let me know if you see any lights on it. If it has a display, what does it show?
So this kind of chatbot it will have. Let's suppose another use case. So this is a normal quality inspection data. And this is working in lots of manufacturing units. We have installed in lots of manufacturing units. What is their production? How many rejections are there? Right? What's their actual productions? So all these analytics are there. Let's suppose what AI can do here. If we go into analytics, it's not a visual dashboard where you are just monitoring the data. It is the artificial intelligence. Just use this use case. Some production. Quality of production, quality of product depends, let's suppose, these 6-7 variables. During manufacture, what was the temperature? During manufacturing, what was the humidity? During manufacture, what was the voltage? During manufacturing, what was the skill level of the operator? Dust level, and what was their cooling time? Right? On the basis of that, your level of quality depends only on these variable parameters. So your AI agent will get trained on this parameter. And before manufacturing, it will calculate and will tell you that if you follow these parameters, then only you will be able to get that 100% quality oriented product. So that is the beauty of AI. Let's suppose if I ask, predict quality. If I get into it, it will show you 99.86% chance are there that your product will get 100% qualified. There should not be any problem. If I give them question that my temperature is getting high, it's around 45 degrees, then predict my product will be quality wise, it is okay or not. It will tell you that 33.95% chances there that your product will be 100% will be okay, and 67% your product will get rejected because you have changed your temperature parameters, which should be there around 25 degree, but now you are doing your production on a 45 degree. So if similarly, if you change the skill level of operator, if you change the humidity level, as per that, it will calculate that what the thing is going to happen after manufacturing. So that will help you to make zero defect production. So this is the beauty of artificial intelligence. Interesting? Yes? Good. I'm not taking much time. Right? So that was from my side. Thank you so much for calling me. Thank you.
I've studied in Jaipur, so I'm fairly used to the place. It's good to be back. Apologies for keeping all of you waiting till then. The topic is fairly interesting, very less tech jargon throughout the thing. We'll try to keep it interactive. If it does move, it doesn't move, it's okay. Now, how many of you here have played games? Like, just a show of hands, let's just keep it active. It'll be easy for all of us. So, a fair number of people. And if a show of hands for smartphone gamers here. Fair number, PUBG, Candy Crush, those sort of games. Yeah, I see some Candy Crush players, very evident ones. Temple Run, right. Now, some of the games which you see here, when we talk about immersive tech, of course, has been in this space. A lot of you have engaged with this content. It's entertainment to start with, so that's what you see here. You might have seen YouTubers doing videos of Beat Saber. It's a dance rhythm game which is played on VR headsets. It's more of a game which combines games, music, and dance, right? And it's in VR headsets, fairly popular since the last 10 years. On the right, you see one of the popular games called Pokemon Go. Any Pokemon Go players here? Okay, I do see some folks here. Okay, great. So that's what it's all going to be about. So fairly light content, lots of videos. Now, when we talk about VR and AR, in the last talk, very briefly, I think he touched upon that, but maybe I'll take a deeper dive into some of those. So when we talk about VR, it's about using a headset and transporting yourself to an environment which is all encompassing around you. It could be that you're taking a virtual tour of your college, or it could be that maybe you're transporting yourself to a destination which you want to travel to. AR, on the other hand, just like I mentioned in Pokemon Go, you see your favorite Pokemon character in the real world. So 3D being augmented in the real world. So for this talk, what I've done is that I've covered 20 minutes is too less for me to cover various fields. I've covered 2 to 3 fields. What are the applications for VR and AR in all of these? So there's a lot of interesting aspects which is there in healthcare. We've been lucky, I would say, that we've worked in some of those. As you can see here, a lot of textbooks are now using AR to make content consumption easier. And it's not future, it's right here. A lot of your NCERT textbooks have implemented AR as well. I don't know if you might have noticed it, but NCERT also now has AR. When we talk about both VR and AR, consider safety training. It's not easy to simulate a fire. If you were to do a fire safety training in your college, you would actually need to simulate the processes. So it's fairly risk-free. That's why a lot of defense tech companies are also adopting this. And a fun fact, close to 230% boost in experiences of folks who have learned through VR. Now, beyond surgical care, while there's a lot to see, again, for the gamers out here, because we have a lot of gamers here, you can go back and check on YouTube. There's a interesting VR app called Surgeon Simulator. It's very niche, but it's fun. So if any of the lawyers here wanted to be doctors, just for fun, you can put up a VR headset and be surgeons as well. Now, in terms of patient care, I think it's interesting enough that I've been able to see it firsthand. A lot of people around us face accidents, right? It could be that they've had a road accident, and when there's rehabilitation which is needed, VR is useful there, right? A lot of people have the fear of heights. That's what we're showcasing here in this image. And it becomes very interesting for people to capture or conquer their fear using something like VR. There's a game called Harry's Plank or something, or a Plank VR application. If you search for it on Steam, you will be able to find it. Also something which we are doing internally with customers in the pharmaceutical sector is around communication management. So nowadays, AI, everything has a tadka of AI. I mean, you can't run away from AI, right? So here is AI as well. We're using Gen AI and virtual reality, and we're combining that. I think it can be, though we haven't used anything with lawyers, but I think in the legal process as well, when you're fighting for your customer, it becomes extremely important for you to simulate those conversations. I mean, it could be that maybe it's a tough judge out there, or it's a tough customer, or a tough witness out there. What if you could simulate those conversations and use the power of AI to train yourself better when you are on the field? So that's where I think it's got a lot to do with stuff. Now what you see is, I think, one of the favorite topics for any AR or VR company out there, and that's education. What you see here is an immersive tech space which we are in progress in crafting for a school in Delhi. And mind you, this is not a school which is a private sector school, but this is for government schools, because that's where the scale is. Government schools are adopting tech very quickly, and I think it helps the general mass in as well. What you see here are various types of immersive tech, which we'll very quickly dive into as well. Scale models, immersive touch tables, VR, as well as VR theaters. When I was in school, for a lot of my peers, history was the most boring subject. So I think VR makes it much simpler, or for that matter, AR as well. I think the retention, of course, becomes much easier for a lot of gamers out here. If you might have played Assassin's Creed, not that it replaces a textbook, but at least you get to know a bit about the era which it's based in. It's a game, for the folks who are not attuned to it, it's a game which is based in different eras. So there's Assassin's Creed which is based in Victorian era, Egypt, and other places. The one which you see here is something which we've done for a state museum, where you can just wear the headset and transport yourself to a pyramid and what it might look. And well, there's an audio descriptor. It talks about the hieroglyphics and a lot about it. Again, STEM education out there, you can visualize a lot of content right in front of you. I see it's a refreshing change. I see a lot more girls here. So if a woman here really likes setting up their spaces, I mean, App Store data does suggest that a lot of girls like to set up their spaces and see how it looks like. You can use AR to do that, right? And there are already apps which are out there on the App Store which help you do that as well. Now, one of the interesting things here is that nowadays museums have adopted a lot of this immersive tech to see how quickly it can help project. This is one of the VR experiences which we did at Mahakumbh. It was closely based on Van Gogh VR, Van Gogh 360, which is very popular. If any of you have been to museums, you would have seen a lot of exhibits around you, but you can't touch them. AR helps you to do that. And the interesting part is that immersive tech is an all-encompassing term. It's not one tool which we ourselves use. We also learn every day. So for artifacts, for that matter, we use a host of technologies like photogrammetry, which helps you to scan the object from around in 360 degrees. It's not a 3D scanner, but it's got much higher resolution than the naked eye. What it helps you to do is that if you're scanning maybe one of the murtis, right, you get that idol right in front of you, and then you can view it at the comfort of your home, right? So those are things which are possible. We did something like this at Mahakumbh as well, where you could see most of the exhibits or the murtis which were much older. I think it's also very interesting from an angle that it's in a medium which appeals to most of us of our age. If we just go to a museum and there's an idol and we don't have much info, then it becomes really tough for us to relate to it. So that's where AR or VR, etc. comes in. Also, as you can see here, we're in Rajasthan. It's a state which has amazing forts. We have some Harappa sites as well over here. What I've tried to show here is the fact that you can actually do a lot of reconstruction, virtual reconstruction, if I may. I remember years back when I was studying here, I went to Amer, and the guides, of course, have their merry tales, which they talk about. One of them was talking about how the wind circulation works in some of those buildings, which is pretty interesting to see. Great architecture. I think the kind of architecture and cultural heritage which we have, I've seldom found it anywhere else across the globe. So, I mean, a lot of our kind of tech makes a lot of sense with our spaces and revitalizing those things as well. Now comes the third flavor, which is an industry which has not been disrupted yet with immersive tech. It's not that tech isn't there, but civil construction and infrastructure is all around us. If we have a shitty road, we'll not reach here on time, right? So that's as simple as it gets. Though not a lot of people today prefer to be civil engineers or mechanical or electrical engineers, because everyone wants a colder environment to stay in, right? But that's where the biggest disruption is happening. Again, very simple. It could be a quick walkthrough of a house. And while they are setting up a walkthrough, you can, of course, track the projects as well. How do we use it? Just in the previous talk, you heard a bit about digital twins and Industry 4.0. A lot of industries today, the simplest one, let's say you were taking admission to the college, you could have a digital twin of the college and you could see what the infrastructure is like. If you really like the infrastructure, you could sort of, you would know what you're getting for your money's worth. And same for houses and same for industry. One part is, of course, a passive tour where you're seeing an industrial plant come to life and see the inner workings. Could be a Maruti Suzuki plant for that matter, and you see where your Baleno was made or where your car was made, right? Or it could also have IoT data integrated, which shows you how the production and all of the stuff is happening. Or the simplest one, you've bought an apartment, you want to see and do up the space, interiors. So you don't need to really spend everything. You can actually do it at the comfort of your home without it being built as well. And that's the power of tech, which is there. I won't blabber too much around AI. Everyone is doing that. Now, what are the challenges? The space which I work in is called spatial computing. Not to bore too much with history, but when I started off, a lot of the VR headsets were based with a PC. So if you had a very cool looking gaming PC, you might be able to run a VR headset. So a clunky PC, maybe 3 lakh rupees, 70,000 headset, so that 3,70,000 was the barrier to entry for you. And then of course you need to. That changed with Facebook/Meta coming into picture. They launched Oculus Quest or Meta Quest as we know it today. These are standalone headsets. You can wear the headsets, move around, and they're a breeze. You don't need to be a gamer to use it. You don't need to be someone key to use it. It's as well as using a phone. And that's the beauty of the tech as we see it. Now the way the tech is moving, I think I see a lot of people wearing our glasses, right? So goes without that the next innovation is not going to happen on the touch screen. I think it's innovated enough. You now have foldable screens, maybe a bit more here and there. Now it's either going to be a chip inside you or it's going to be in your glasses. And we're not talking about very futuristic. You can get a smart glass at a Titan store as well. Right now you're doing calls on that, but I think very soon you will be able to do much more on it. So I think a lot of you, since you all come from legal backgrounds, there would be a lot of ethical questions and how data is being used here. I think we are here in India, we've already sold all our data. So how do I answer it? I'm a techie, I can't answer it right now. I think there are more qualified people to address the ethical questions around it. I can still address the digital divide. I think there's still a big digital divide, which is there. We're a huge country, I think one of the most populous now. So I think it's going to take some time that tech reaches, but I think we've done extremely well. We have the cheapest data rates in the world and the highest number of smartphones. So I feel that we're right there. Some of the other things will work out. And that's where the first point comes in, the cost and accessibility. When I started off the slide, I started off with a number like around 4 lakhs to have a PC and a headset. Today you can get a cheap headset for 60,000 bucks on Amazon. It's not exactly cheap, but still cheaper than your iPhone. So I still feel it's a lot of folks here must be having iPhones. And how much is your smart glass today? If you're finding a smart glass at a Titan store, it must be around 20,000-30,000. So it's consumer grade. The disruption is right here, and everyone present here must have used ChatGPT and Gemini. So the general disruption is here, but now I'm just moving towards the conclusion, I would say. Where do we see and what's next on the horizon? What's next on the horizon? I think lunch is on the horizon after this, so that's definitely there. But apart from that, on the tech side, there would be virtual persistent spaces. We all saw that during COVID. We were forced to innovate. I think education, any workspace, not only education, but every workspace got to do remote work, right? So now everyone has a flavor of remote work. Even when I talk to my team members, most of them say, can we do work from home? So we've still been hybrid as much as we can be. So you will have persistent shared virtual spaces. I think a big gap today, when we talk about all of this cool tech, is the ability to touch and feel, which is haptics. Haptics is, I think, still not a far shot, but I think the cost is coming down. You will see it becoming more easier. And I think I deliberated a lot on the lighter and more powerful headsets. Today, I think our smartphones are much more powerful than, I know, I was seeing a YouTube video the other day, and it was talking about the space probe Voyager, which is in the interstellar space. The signal which it sends back us data is around that of a wristwatch. Just imagine. The power which our phone has is, I don't know, maybe 20, 30x, 100x more than what it has, right? So, I mean, just chuck that out of the window. I was using floppy disks when I was in school. So I think we're getting a big jump. And I think as we move, I don't know, this isn't in the top set of topics today, but I think we'll see a big jump in computing as we move towards the quantum space as well. So here we are, we're looking at a new reality where we would be disrupting how we would work and interact. A lot of you present here, sorry to break this, but I think a lot of you will need to keep reskilling much quicker than maybe what I did. So that's more work for you. None of us are going to shy away from that. I think that there's a lot of chatter all around, industry leaders saying that jobs will not go. It's all BS. A lot of jobs will go. But it's on you guys, the onus is on you guys to reskill yourselves and learn. So, I mean, it's not grim. You have lunch after this. But still, I think since you all are spending so much time on a Sunday, so it just makes it easier for me to press the be it legal, be it tech, be it creative industries, all of it is being disrupted in this age. So it just makes it easier for all of you to keep learning. Thank you, and I'll be happy to address any questions. Otherwise, happy to take for lunch.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words have given us new perspective and we sincerely appreciate your contribution. Now, it's time for lunch break and we will be gather here again after 20 minutes. Thank you so much.
Namaste, good afternoon to distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, respected faculty members, and dear participants of the Young Talk and Industrial Session at BICON International Conference. It is with immense pride and great honor that we welcome you all to the prestigious BICON International Conference, a global confluence of brains, business, and breakthrough innovations. BICON stands as a premier academic and industry-oriented platform that brings together thought leaders, innovators, research, policymakers, and entrepreneurs from across the globe, with a mission to foster interdisciplinary collaborations, inspire critical dialogue, with ignite transformational ideas. BICON represents the very best intellectual synergy, uniting the domains of commerce, management, information technology, and law. Thinking under one collaborative roof, this year's conference hosts a stellar line of speakers, technology innovators, and young entrepreneurs, all here to share their vision, expertise, and cutting-edge ignites with us. As we embark on this remarkable journey of learning and exchange, let us keep our minds open, our questions sharp, and our spirit collaborative. It's my honor to invite Dr. Manish Biyani, sir, Director, Research and Development, Biyani Group of Colleges, kindly present a token of gratitude to Dr. Vijay Singh Rathore, sir, Chairman, Shrey K. Kearney Universe College, Jaipur, India. Dr. Vijay Singh Rathore, sir. We welcome you, sir. Now may I request C.A. Abhishek Biyani, sir, Assistant Director, Biyani Group of Colleges, kindly welcome Mr. Minto Matsunaga, Section Leader, Water Division, Horiba, Japan. We welcome you, sir. Now, may I request Madam Dr. Radhika Biyani, Assistant Director, Biyani Group of Colleges, kindly welcome Mr. Sunil Tyagi, CEO and Design Director, Noun Design Innovations Private Limited, Delhi, India. Mr. Sunil Tyagi. Now may I request C.A. Abhishek Biyani, sir, Assistant Director, Biyani Group of Colleges, kindly welcome Mr. Ishan Kapoor, CEO Founder, Hoping Minds, Delhi, India. He's an IIT Delhi and I am Calcutta alumni. Now, may I request Madam Dr. Radhika Biyani, Assistant Director, Biyani Group of Colleges, kindly welcome Mr. Naito Haseyama, Founder and CEO, Akita General Company, Japan. Mr. Naito Haseyama, Founder and CEO, Akita General Company, Japan. Now, may I request C. Sakshi Biyani, Madam, Assistant Director, Biyani Group of Colleges, kindly welcome Mr. Shan Mundra, Founder and CEO, Miss Kurti, Jaipur, India. Thank you so much, everyone. With that, we now begin the Young Talk and Industrial Session, a dynamic segment of the conference that celebrates emerging voices, entrepreneurial journeys, and industrial innovation. This session is a convergence of ideas and experiences across discipline, commerce, IT, law, and entrepreneurship, reflecting innovation, collaboration, and futuristic thought leadership. I take this wonderful opportunity to welcome Dr. Vijay Singh Rathore sir, our distinguished speaker, Dr. Vijay Singh Rathore, Chairman Shrey Universe College, Jaipur, having teaching experience of more than 22 years. He has 5 patents published, supervised 20 PhDs and 24 research papers and books, edited more than 12 conference proceedings with Scopus, SCI indexing, and associated international awards. We welcome you, sir, and I request for your kind words.
Hello, yeah. Yes. A very good afternoon to one and all here. I feel a great privilege to be here on this stage, this auspicious stage of BICON, and especially I think this is the first conference I've been witnessing that is celebrating the 20th of its version. So many congratulations to the Biyani family for organizing such a nice, great conference. 20th version is not a joke. I also organize conferences across the world, in Poland, in Vietnam, in some other countries, in India itself, but we are only running with 4th version or 5th version or 6th version. To continue the conference till the 20th version with the Japanese friends and other friends from the other countries, it's really remarkable, not only for the Biyani family, but for our Jaipur and our Rajasthan state also. We are all proud of you, sir. Thank you so much. And today it's my honor to deliver a short talk. And I was going through all these different kind of sessions. There are so many technical sessions going on, so I will not talk much about the technical, but whatever papers are being presented here, I would emphasize that all papers should be presented with the honesty, integrity, and above all ethics, following the ethics. And today I'll throw some light on the ethical part of the research. Research is basically, whenever we are looking over the society, there are some developments we see, we witness them, but all of those development comes with some limitations. So what a researcher does, a researcher basically analyze the existing status of the particular idea or any innovation, whatever is going on, and when he or she finds some lacunas, some limitations, some future scope in the existing research, then they try to do something new. And for doing that something new, they need to go through the existing literature, they need to come with some new idea, some new methodology, and to implement that methodology, they need to do some experiments, and while doing the experiments, they get fail, they get succeed, and the outcomes of the experiments, that should be written in some form of research papers. And this is the platform in these conferences where those research papers are presented. So this is all the proper process for writing the research paper and then presenting the research paper. But in all this process, to make it shortcut, to make it fast, and to make it recognized, sometimes some researchers do some unethical practices also. Like basically it is read, review, rectify, and rewrite. First of all, you need to read the existing work, then you need to review the work, what are the problems, what are the limitations, something like that, and then you need to rectify. And after that, you need to rewrite in your own language, and that rewritten language is known as research paper. And then after 3 or 4 years, that research papers collectively brings in the form of a thesis of the PhD. This is the normal process. Read, review, rectify, rewrite. But what some of the people does, read, no review, no rectification, only rewrite. Or in a very simple language we can say copy and paste. So this copy and paste is not the research. So today, because many students are also sitting here, what I would like to emphasize that if you are seriously interested in the research, if you really want to put some contribution, some innovations, if you want to do, and if you want to represent really your country across the world, then do this research very seriously. And ethics are the very important part of this research. Can we do it next? Okay. So I'll not take much because this PPT takes around 1 hour or something time. So I'll not bore you for the 1 hour, but we'll only take some important points from this PPT only. Okay. Ethics. So ethics is the discipline, study or morality. And morality asks the question, what should one's behavior be? Means this is the application of the fundamental ethical principles to planning, conducting and publishing of the research. There are 3 phases in the research: planning, conducting and then publishing. So while planning also, sometimes we copy the other's idea, sometimes we take existing thesis, sometimes we take some other's research work, and then we try to just make some changes in that. It should not be there. This conducting, while the research is going on, you need to come up with your own methodology, you need to do some your own experiments, and if you are getting fail in the experiments, try some other experiments. So those experiments should be done very seriously. If you are not able to do experiments, you can go for simulations or some surveys. There are different kind of ways we like teach to the students how to pursue your PhD. And the most important thing for which we are standing here, that is the publication part. So publication part of the research is very important, and for that publication, the UGC, Government of India, so there are some international indexing bodies are also there, Google indexing, Scopus indexing, Web of Science, SCI. For all these types of indexing, we need to write only genuine paper. If you are doing any type of misleading information in the papers, then it comes in the unethical categories. Without taking much of, I just tell you experiences. I work with finger nature, that is Scopus Index. Some books are there, and for those books we collect the content from different researchers who are doing PhD, especially in the computer science field. So in last year only, there was a conference we conducted in Poland, and in that Poland conference, last month only I got from Springer. These 2